Welcome. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is October 8th, 2023. You know what that means? It is week 2 and the start of Jess Franco week of the 31 Days of Fright horror movie project, year 12. And I'm also be covering day 9 in today's video. I'm actually, I don't like doubling up, but when I've doubled up in the past, it's usually because I'm behind. But today I am doubling up because I want to stay ahead. And plus, the movies I'll be covering today are all Jess Franco movies. For the next week, I'm covering strictly movies by Jess Franco. For day 8, it is She Killed in Ecstasy. If you want to hear me butcher this title, go over to, I have a YouTube, me and the 13th Wolfman did a podcast together. We broke down this movie. I couldn't say that word for the life of me. So if you want to go there, and that's a drinking game and a half right there. And then you got, Vampyros Lesbos, for day 9. But the reason why I'm doubling up is I will tell you here in a second, but I want to need you to do a few things for me by clicking subscribe, hit the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, and share, because it helps me and it helps you. It helps me get my channel and videos out there to a much broader audience. And when you leave a comment down below, it helps us stay connected with one another, because I really want to hear what you have to say. I'm a little slow in responding, but I always eventually get back to you. So don't take anything personal like that. And there's many people who I want to give some shout outs to. You got the 13th Wolfman. You got I Am the Ice Lord. He's doing, I think he's doing 31 watch alongs, which that's an endurance trial of its own. You got King Gore. You got Echo. He's doing, what's it called? The Man-Eater series, like the movies that were on Sci-Fi. He's doing ones I have never seen before. I did a handful, I think, last year. But he's doing some excellent work on there. You got Professor Macaro. He's doing some awesome stuff as well. You got King Gore, Random Horror, Double Shot J. And then there's some others who aren't doing the 31 days, but they are just keeping the spooky season alive. You got Nanette and Jack's Witching Hour. She's doing watch-alongs. You got Hobbs and Bones. Just go over to their channels and show all the love in the world, because this is a pretty awesome horror community we got going on. I'll get into the movie in a second, I promise. I do want to give a shout out to this community, because the other day I kind of had a really bad mental day. It was really bad. And then I came home from work, and they were having trivia night on their channel on Hobbs Horror channel for the midnight hour. And it was awesome just to talk with everybody and interact, and it cheered me up 100%. So this community is awesome. So go show all of them some love, and just go and popping popcorn with Katie as well. I'm sorry, that just popped up in my head. Go show all of them some love. They are keeping the spooky season alive. So, and various ways. So, today, like I've already mentioned, for day 8 is She Killed in Ecstasy, and for day 9 is Vampyros Lesbos. The reason why I'm doubling up today is because this one right here, it just didn't quite grab me like how this one grabbed me. It was still really good, but I just don't think I could have covered a whole video for it, or a whole day for it. And they're both very similar in feel and like the way it's shot and it's edited, and like the music is all this, like pretty much the same. The actress is Soledad Miranda. She's in both movies as the main star and everything. So I just like, you know what? Doubling up here is not a bad thing. Because I love the stories for both movies. I really do. Like this one, She Killed in Ecstasy. If you want to hear me butcher this word, go over to the Film Fiends podcast, that meaning the 13th Wolfman, because I would never have heard about these movies if it wasn't for him. Or Jess Franco in general. So go show him some major love on his channel, because I wouldn't be talking about these movies today and how I'm butchering this word, but I love it. This movie is because you got the main premise of this movie is that this doctor, he's doing some groundbreaking, very experimental medical treatments and or experiments, but the medical board deems them ungodly, I think. I think that's the word they used. And so they deemed him a monster, took his license away, and so he kills himself. And so she takes it upon herself to go after the board who killed her husband, but she's doing it in ways that is pretty cool. She uses her body and her attractiveness and to get up close and personal with each of the members of the board, and they kills him or her, because one of the board members is a woman, and so she manages to kind of like use her powers of manipulation basically, and she gets up close and personal with her, and then she kills her. But that is really good, and there's one particular one that just has nothing to do with her, but she's persistent, and it has this really cool staircase chase scene, because you don't actually see them walking up the chasing the staircases, but you see the outside of it, so you can actually see him kind of running up the staircase from the street view, which is pretty cool. Now, for this one, it's about this woman who works in like a law firm or something like that, or like a real estate, or I think it's a law firm, and so she's having these dreams about this woman, and the movie opens with like this very erotic dance and everything, and it's a dream, but so she's tasked to go to this island, and the person from her dreams is there. That's the client, and throughout the whole movie, she's kind of starting to go more and more crazy, and eventually she's seduced in going over to her house and everything, and and she finally feeds on her, but she wakes up and it just seems like a dream and everything, and it's just legit, just like, is it real? Like, what is she going through real? She's like deteriorating mentally throughout this movie and everything, and it's really good. I like the music is good, but there wasn't enough substance like it was in this one. Is it good? Yeah. Yes, but is it great? No. Is this one's a pretty great movie. Now, I do have to say these movies will not be for everybody, because these movies are full of nudity. But they aren't like, they're not really graphic. They are like full frontal nudity from the women and men, I think, in this one. It can be kind of jarring if you're not used to that kind of stuff, but it's not overly graphic. Like, say in Thriller, A Cruel Picture, I would dig it out, but it's buried. But where there's like legit hardcore scenes in that movie, where it's just kind of just nudity and everything, and it's just, which isn't bad, because I think it kind of enhances her story, because like she uses her body in this one, and she's luring this woman to her island and everything, and making her like think what she's thinking isn't happening, even though it is actually happening. And so like it seems more justified here than it is in Thriller, A Cruel Picture. But Soledad Miranda, she's awesome in these movies. She actually tragically died young, I think in a car crash, at 27, and I these are like, these two movies have great special features. This one actually has the soundtracks from this movie and this one and a couple others, I do believe. So the musics are really good. The editing is not that bad. The acting from the other characters, I'm not very good at distinguishing what's good or bad acting in these foreign language movies, especially these older movies, but the performances never really took me out of the movie itself. Like sometimes you will know when bad acting is bad acting, but like they're just not. But they didn't really take me out of the movie, so at least the acting on that end of the spectrum is decent. They are. I watched these with the subtitles and the actual language that was filmed in and everything. So I do like watching movies with subtitles, like and with the actual language, the native language that's being spoken in, playing in the background. So, yeah, that's really all I have to say. Like, that's why I doubled up today, is just because I went to great length of talking about this one in another podcast, and there just wasn't enough substance in this one to really warrant a whole video. But I really wanted to kind of talk about them together, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just do it that way. These are awesome additions. They have some really great special features. The movies themselves are definitely worth a watch. I know I've been kind of not ranking my movies this year, but if I had to, just watch these movies by yourself, because due to the large amount of nudity and just like some of the stuff, that it just seems like you would have a better experience watching these movies by yourself. These are cult movies. They really are. Like, if you are really into watching these kind of older cult movies that truly have a following with a very select few people, I'm glad to have these in my movie collection. Honestly, like, I feel like my movie collection has gotten better over the years, due to doing the 31 days, and because I'm buying movies that are not even in the horror genre. It's just movies that are a little bit more niche, I should say. So if you would actually look at my top shelf now, it's like, oh, that's like, I never would have bought an Undefeatable or Tammy and the T-Rex. I probably would have bought that one, but I probably wouldn't have known about that edition if it wasn't for the fact that I started finding these movies through these with Severin and Vinegar Syndrome. Sorry about that. And so yeah, I'm actually really happy to have these in my collection, and just check them out. Like, if you're really if you fancy yourself an actual film fiend, you have to watch these. Like, at least watch some movies from Jess Franco. And I think these are pretty good ones to start out with. These are the first two movies I've ever seen by this director, and I have 5 more to go. And I don't know what I'm getting myself into. So, yeah. This week is going to be fun because these movies are out of my wheelhouse, and I just don't know how to expect. I'm like, I've seen foreign movies. I love movies filmed and that are not here from the United States, and deal with different subject matters and like it just everything like that. But Jess Franco is a whole breed of a different kind of director onto himself. And so, but yeah, I can't wait to kind of check out more of his movies this week. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can really say. But just check these movies out. They, like, the title of this one is maybe kind of off-putting just because of the title, but check it out. It's not, your imagination is going to run wild with the title, but it's much more than that. It's really good movie. So this one, check out the podcast with me and the 13th Wolfman that we really broke this movie down and talked about it to great lengths. Yeah, just check these movies out. So that is it. I am the one and only MSJ, Max for short, and all I can say to end these videos are stay spooky and thank you.